Hey, what is going on YouTube? Aaron here. We are back in the Elbing, everybody. My favorite Tier 8 ship. The Elbing is just one of those ships where it's not really good at anything. It takes a little, a certain skill and positioning just to get decent games. And then, sometimes the often enemy potatoes. But we had this game from stream the other night, and I wanted to put it up to both give a shout out to 40, Tuna and Doc, my division mates, and then Tuna was on the other team. But also just give a little thank you, and because this was a fun, quick little replay. Now this game doesn't last too long. It's a one of those games that's over in about 6-7 minutes here, but we do get a lot of dominating plays and good plays. So I thought it'd be interesting to put on stream. I am actually in the process of making a video that talks about these games. How they're over in 5 or so minutes. So stay tuned for that. But I wanted to give my guy Doc here a good shout out because he's a good person. We threw those zoning torps, and if you'll notice, we actually did spawn on the right. And I am kind of avoiding a principle that I follow on, which is stay on the side you spawn on, as we have this broadside Harbin here. Didn't quite lead it, but we still get a Citadel and take out his engine. This, if I'm being honest, I want to take this thing into training rooms if we ever get it and put it up against like 9 Harbings just to see what I could do. But if you notice that Hayate was spotted here, we threw the zoning torps at the Iowa. And we actually get a fantastic combination of events here. This Harbing is broadside, and we get the Dev Strike on the Hayate, and wait for it, the broadside Harbing with our 150 caliber guns. Boom, there it is. Just a perfect storm of events. But we smoked up here in the middle. The DD is no longer a threat. So we are just going to tee off on these battleships. Like we mentioned, though, we did abandon our flank, but the only reason we abandoned that is because we were the only destroyer in the game. The situation called for it. In Epicenter, you have to go for that Epicenter to give your team a chance, especially in a destroyer. Now, the Elbing is more of a cruiser. As you can see, we're getting 6, 7, 8, 9K per salvo every 6 seconds against the broadside Iowa here, but that is the reason we abandoned the right there. So just keep that in mind. And I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to the damage total, but we have gotten a quick 30K in seconds off these battleships. I don't know another destroyer that can do that with their guns. This thing is just such a nuisance for the enemy team. But these guys are all kind of positioned up here, so now, after we got the cap, the game is essentially over. We got their DD. You can see a few of these battleships are kind of low. They've been shot already, and their positioning is less than ideal. But just a fun ship to play. Now this, like we mentioned, this was done during Countdown, so shout out to Tuna and Turtle Gaming there. A lot of fun we had, and then some rough games Saturday. So Jump and Brett, I didn't quite realize the situation that was playing out, and I just saw a few things, but I kind of had to lay my foot down in chat there. We also have the legendary mod on this ship just because I've been too lazy to take it off, and I refuse to pay for, if you refuse to use doubloons to constantly change these. So we do actually have a little bit added range here with that module, which is sometimes not good because you kind of get used to your ranges, and you will shoot and you'll actually give yourself less concealment because when you fire, that your concealment ring obviously goes out to that range. But we have a bunch of battleships here. We decide to launch our slow torps as Doc actually gets a witherer. And we're just going to kind of hang out in the middle here. We already have 94,000 damage, 2 kills with the double strike there. And poor Tuna, man. Poor Tuna man and poor Tuna man. We get his broadside here. He missed the first set, but he actually catches a few of the second set here. And I really wanted this kill. I was going to try and go for the Kraken, but I don't think it works out that way. And Tuna is a great guy as well. He's been a huge supporter of the channel and just a genuine friend of mine. He's a good person who's there's a running joke. He's like a mafia boss or a drug lord, but that's what it saved in my phone anyway. But we have to kill him in the game here. We have to get him off the board. And unfortunately, the Iowa secondaries get that. And no Kraken for us, but there is still a few ships left that we can, mingle with. And if I'm being honest, I really wanted this broadside Buffalo, but it doesn't quite work out that way. But that kind of brings me to the final point of the video, guys. And You know, having fun. You can still have fun while trying to be competitive. You guys know me. I'm hyper competitive, but I still try to have fun with you guys. We had a mess of fun yesterday, which was Sunday, doing low tier count ins. And I really wish Wargaming sees that in my other video where we did the Agincourt and all that stuff. You know, just a bunch of low tier fun that we could do more consistently and more reliably with training rooms as I get a Ghost Shell. I missed out on some damage there, but still just having a fun time with it. So Wargame, I hope you guys see this, and make sure you guys are a part of the Discord and a part of you know, the channel. And when training rooms eventually come, we can have this bunch of fun here. But here is Turtle Gaming, and I wanted to make sure he didn't torp me here. So we aim for the bow, and that's always a good spot. And we're just getting consistent pens, man. 6,000-7,000 damage per salvo there in the bow, and we actually again don't get the kill. RNG did not love me for these, but because we didn't get the gun kill, we actually get the torp kill. So fun time here. And like I said, I really wanted this Buffalo. These guns will absolutely rail broadside cruisers, medium cruisers. I have a clip of me decimating an Ibuki that I just never put on my channel. At this point in the game, 40 was talking smack, so of course we had to to boot him from the party. So it's funny when you guys can see it, you know, with the capture card here, but we invite him back quickly. 40 is a good guy, man. If you guys don't know, he posts the memes on the Uncensored page, so he's just a good guy. He's actually been a part of the channel for well before I started streaming, actually. So just a good fellow, good player too. Him, Doc, and Tuna, they're just good lads. So, but that's kind of the end of the video. The game's over, obviously. And stay tuned for that other video because I want it to kind of come in, you know, conjunction with this video. So if you haven't seen that video, or if you're coming from that video, understand this is kind of where a little bit of that video is coming from. But Buffalo broadside here, and yoink, yep. But that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. You know, make sure you're playing the Epicenter and Epicenter if we're learning anything from this game. Don't bunch up in one square. That's kind of the mistake the enemy made. And don't take Elbing Torps. But we have a decent score here, 3,150, with a nice little Dev Strike and Double Strike. So just a fun, quick little game. I hope Wargaming watches and sees the fun we can have with training rooms and hopefully an improvement in the player base, which is kind of what, like we mentioned, this video or the follow-up video will be based on. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Here on out. Peace.